Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan and this is My Glorious Leaves, and today we are going to be making plant trellises. I have this Hoya Hanhei Pink, which is just so cute, and it was just these two leaves at the bottom when I got it, and it grew this like massive leaf recently, and now it's been putting out this one, and it grew this massive tendril, and now it won't fit in my IKEA greenhouse. So I attempted to make a hexagon trellis like 5 minutes ago and it didn't work, and then I thought, well, why don't we film it so that if we fail, we can fail together. So if that is something you're interested in, then like and subscribe, and I guess keep watching. I will show you a couple of trellises I made recently. They are very simple because I'm a beginner and I just wanted to put my plants on things. So I'm gonna show you some plants that I recently put on them, and then I'm gonna show you the supplies and how to make them. Let's get into it. Mini IKEA greenhouse, and I have this Hoya rotundiflora here. And I made this circle trellis for it a little while ago. It's literally just a circle, and I actually found a much easier way to make a circle trellis later on. So to make a super easy circle trellis, you just find something round like a cup or a pot or a watering can, or even just the pot that the plant is in, and you wrap it around it, and then you literally just make the sticks, and that's how you do that. Where I tried to make a sailboat type thing, which didn't go that well. A Hoya lacunosa on this little planet with some stars, and I actually really like this one. It has like the star like dangles kind of, so I actually really like that. Kind of weird eye thing is this little balloon that I put this Hoya Bella on. So I literally just wrapped the circle around a pot, and then this little bit is the bottom of the balloon, and then it does a little curl there. It's hard to tell because the leaf's in the way, but yeah, it does a little thing there, and most likely needs to be watered. But yeah, so cute little balloon. And last but not least, my boyfriend made this cool, weird leaf squiggly thing. So that's cool also. Alrighty, so those are all the trellises that I've made recently. You can tell they're not all professional, but everything takes practice, and I'm just excited to be kind of making things, to be honest, for my plants. I think that's also a really nice thing. Instead of like buying plants, we can focus on making things for our plants, and it tends to cost a lot less than plants themselves. So this clearly is not the very best hexagon. It got very mangled. I was really trying my best. It doesn't really look that bad now. It doesn't look too bad, but anyway, I didn't straighten out the wire first, and I didn't measure it. Took a little measuring tape, and I really just have this one that I use for measuring packages when I ship them out. I kind of measured that I thought I would need about 3 inches for the size I wanted. I kind of wanted it a little bigger than this one, so I measured 3 inches. And then that's upside down, and then I times 3 by 6, which is 18, and then I added 3 extras to stick into the pot. And that can be trimmed down later, but I like to just do it extra just in case. Then I unraveled it until it reached 24. Now I'm gonna do it again because I can always make a second trellis because I made this straight one, and that's what we're gonna do right now. And then I'm gonna make a cut just where the 24 was. A sock or some sort of cloth. Right now I have a sock with me. The reason why the sock works best is because you can put your hand in it to straighten it out, and that's what we're gonna do right now. Excuse me. So you put your sock on like so. It looks dirty, but it's not, I promise. Sometimes I wear my socks outside. And you're just gonna start to try and straighten it. Instantly you're gonna feel, it's gonna get warm. Oopsies. You're gonna start to feel the little bumps straighten out. So you can see already how straight that is versus like that little, I don't know, maybe it just looks less bendy on camera, I don't know. But I'm just gonna try to straighten it out, and I try to put pressure one way so that you don't bend it like how I did before. I was kind of doing both ways, so we're just gonna do one way. So now that we have it like so, what I'm gonna do, I had a calculator out for whatever reason, I'm gonna try to, if you can see how this, like there's a gap on here, I'm gonna try to push it down more, and then it's gonna be closer to the table. Doing this as we go. It's not really a tutorial if I've never done it before, is it? And again, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight unless you're literally doing a straight line. That's fine. So now we have our straightish rods, okay? I am going to take a Sharpie. I didn't mention that you need a Sharpie, but I'll probably put like a little things you'll need section. Because again, I'm learning as we go. You're gonna get your tape measure again. I'm just gonna use this one, so I'm gonna put the other one aside. I only had 2 because I halfway made it and then decided that I wanted to film. So I'm gonna put it and just put a little dot with the Sharpie on the 3rd inch, and that's just gonna show us where we need to do our bends. Have dots at every 3 inches. So now I'm gonna take it, I think I'm gonna go from the middle and just make like a 45-degree angle. And then I'm gonna take this one and make like, I guess it's not 45, but I'm not gonna pull it all the way to 90, if that makes sense. Like I'm gonna pull it in like 45, if that makes sense. Like it would be, see how this, we're gonna math lesson with Morgan. This would be like 180, right? So then like that, and then like that would be 90. So like 45-ish. I'm just guessing. Don't get your protractors out, or is that the compass? I don't know. Oh my gosh, okay, this is actually working, guys. Okay, so working from the middle is a good tip. Oh my gosh, okay, wait, hold on. Is this working? Shut up. Shut up. That is cool. Okay. So we have our 6. Oh, that is cute. Okay. Now I'm going to, I think I'm going to twist them because I want them to stay like that. And I'm going to twist them around once more just so they stay. Oh, that's so cute. And then I'm just going to pull them down like that. Oh my gosh, guys, we just made this trellis. That is so cool. Okay. That like dot thing really worked, and you honestly can't really see the dots. Like you can, but there's gonna be plants around it anyway, so I don't care. Which one is better? You tell me. I think this one wins. It literally looks like one that you buy like on Etsy, and you can make it yourself. But look how cool that looks. And I think like this is something you can do yourself. Now, this is the real thing. We're gonna put it onto the Hoya. I have yet to find a little cute pot for this, to be honest. But that's okay. I'm gonna stick it in, I think this way. Actually, you can measure like with the cup if you want it right down into the cup. I don't know if I'm showing that right. Like you can measure how high you want the sticks to stick into it. I'm actually gonna trim them off a little bit just so that the shape is into the pot just a little bit more. And then I think I'm gonna put it in this way because the plant is kind of tilted, so I want it to go up it, if that's making any sense at all. But so this is like right into, okay. And then I'm gonna cut it lower. This is still a little tall for my liking. Okay, it looks like this plant doesn't really want to go on a trellis, but to go on a trellis, I'm telling you. So I'm going to get some of my plant ties and actually like just tie it until it gets a little more springy. Sometimes the plants like have like really thick stalks, and so in order to bend it, you need to just kind of start to pull it towards where you want it, and then it'll start to kind of go better. It's kind of like putting plants on a moss pole. Sometimes they're just not ready. All right, so these are the plant ties that someone sent me online, like with an order, and I actually love them. There's like a whole bag of them, and I'm just gonna take a little bit off. They're just kind of like a twist tie. I also have like planter, like gardener's tape, like the green stuff, but since the fronds are just so small, it's so much easier to use these, and they can be reusable too. So I'm just gonna like hold it like that. So I just used a twist tie there. This price tag is just for the pot. So now it is on this little trellis, and maybe that's gonna encourage the plant to grow a little bit taller. So I'm really liking how this trellis turned out. Some of these aren't as pointy as others and whatever, but I think this turned out so cute. Alrighty, so I'm going to just demonstrate how I did what I did, because I don't really have any plants that I want to mount right now. I do have this orchid that I was gonna mount, but it's still in flower, and I heard that you shouldn't mount them until they've done flowering, they've finished flowering. But this is such a cute one with just big like round leaves, and just like a cute pot that I found at HomeSense. I'm just gonna show you what I did, and then the next time that I do mount a plant, I will record it. I just thought someone mentioned that they wanted to see a video of how to mount orchids and plants, so that's what I'll show you guys. I did make a video about the different plants that I mounted. You guys can check that out, but just for the sake of it, because I have all my stuff out, I'm gonna show you. This is the jewel orchid that I mounted with my friend Sydney. She came over, we mounted this, and I actually thought it died, but then I started keeping it in my soccer greenhouse terrarium, and it really liked it in there. So I decided to keep it in there, and it decided to pop up again. It decided to grow back, so that's really cool. Clearly it needs a terrarium environment. It wasn't liking the fact that the moss can dry out so quickly there. First thing you're gonna need is some cool wood. I found a cool skid at my work, and they let me take it home. It didn't have like blue paint on it or anything, so they didn't need it for like getting money back or anything. Sorry, I'm still out of breath. My sister and I did a 30-minute HIIT workout of like legs and stuff, and I'm still like out of breath. I'm so tired. And I have this like heart monitor thing on. Yay. So it's monitoring everything I'm doing for 24 hours. I even have this cool little doohickey that gets to be in my pocket. So that's fun also. All right, I found this wood. I think this was off a skid. It might have just been off of some that we have. I just tend to collect like wood and things like that so I can mount plants on it. I have a couple of different boards. This was a board that I had a Monstera dubia on, and I ended up propagating it so it didn't need such a big board. And the second thing you're gonna need is sphagnum moss. So I have, I get it in a little block for like $10 at one of my local garden centers. I know you can get them on Amazon. I've looked at getting it on Amazon, but anyway, you put it into like a little dish or a cup, and you put some water in it. I also put Super Thrive in it, a little bit of Super Thrive in it just to give extra nutrients. And yeah, so you just wet the moss, and then when you squeeze it out so no water comes out. So I usually have a bowl of water and then a bowl not with water. So you have the moss sitting in that water, and then you squeeze it and you put it into this. Then what you would do is take your plant and you put the moss around the roots of the plant. And then you have your board, and you would then put some moss onto the board, and then put the plant with the moss around. Oh, my heart monitor is falling out everywhere. You put the plant's in here, in this little moss thing, put it on there, and put some more. Then you're gonna get your fishing line, and you're just gonna start wrapping. And you just wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap all the way around. If you want to be able to hang it up, you might need to make some sort of a system. So for me, I got these wires everywhere. I decided to take that same wire that we made the trellis with, and I made these little mini S hooks, actually way cheaper than Amazon. I was gonna have to pay $9 and buy 300 S hooks, and I did not want to buy 300 S hooks. So anyway, I stick them into my bulletin board. I'll actually show you. So there's the bulletin board. I just kind of stick it in there like that, and then it gives something for the plants to hang on. And these are the plants that I have on there right now. So, this is a plant that I did recently. It does need to be watered, but you can see the fishing line was wrapped around many, many times, and I actually did have this, I had this nail in there because I didn't know where I was hanging it or how, but that nail could actually come out at this point, because all I do is I hang the S hook on one of these strings, or you can pick a couple. Sometimes I do a couple, and then I hang them up. As far as watering goes, I just get a bucket of water and I dunk them in, and then I use the S hook and I hang it on the rim of the bucket kind of all around. And that has seemed to work for me so far. I do mist them throughout the week, and I think I dunk them about once a week. And that works for me. I try to keep it pretty humid in here. Right now it just sits at 53% without any humidifiers on. All of my humidity loving plants, besides this varicosum, which I'm gonna actually put back in the grow tent, all my humidity loving plants are in there right now, so, and in the little greenhouse. So that is how I made this. I hope that that's a good enough explanation. I'm really sad that I don't have anything else to put up, but I really couldn't find any plants that I wanted to mount. I seriously couldn't. I have some really, really nice mounted ones at this point, but yeah, couldn't find any I wanted to mount, so sorry about that. I hope you made a trellis with me. If you did, DM me on Instagram what you made, and I'll share it. Thank you for making trellises with me. I had so much fun. I hope you learned how to mount a plant, even though this isn't exactly me showing you. I hope that my demonstration worked enough for you to understand how to do it yourself, and I hope you guys enjoy making them and making things for your plants. I think it's such a fun thing to be able to make things for your plants instead of just buying plants in general. You can just buy, you know, $5 wire off Amazon or at your local craft store. Mine didn't have any the size I wanted, and you can make things for your plants, and it makes it so much fun. And I think plants are just so much cuter, like with trellises and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, that's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.